Who said women can't be tough? Sure, when thinking of tough people, you may think of burly old men. That doesn't mean there aren't women who'll beat you up just as bad, and here are some of them. Look at the size of those arms and wrists. Sarah Bachman specializes in arm wrestling and has competed in many arm wrestling championships. She started competing at the age of 14 and competes to this day. She's also a stockbroker as her full-time job. She's won around 8 European arm wrestling championships and 11 Swedish championships. Irena is another arm wrestling prodigy. She was first scouted at the age of 15 by her gym coach for her phenomenal strength and was suggested to pursue a professional trainer. Currently, she holds 13 wins as a middleweight arm wrestling champion and aims to gain many more. She arm wrestled with many fit guys as well, and you might have guessed right as she put them all to shame. If you need help towing a truck or car, then Nardia can help you out. She was able to pull a truck weighing a few tons like it was nothing, and she dragged it with a rope for over 100 feet. Nardia's beginnings were in the weight room. She started off as a running fanatic. During her running days, she started noticing that she was experiencing joint and muscle pains, so she dropped the sport and decided to take up strength training. The work she put in definitely paid off as she showed her strength off while pulling this truck. Anastasia is a performance artist with a really strong set of hair. You'd think a person's scalp would rip off if they tried to pull a car or truck with their hair, but Anastasia managed to pull a 2.5-ton vehicle with ease with just her hair. She surely has some powerful lower body muscles like her glutes, hamstrings, and quads, as this feat is seriously no joke, and no normal person should ever try to replicate. Donna Moore is a 3-time Strongest World Woman Champion and a 2-time Arnold World Strong Woman Champion. She even bagged the 2018 Arnold Pro Strong Woman Championships. However, she didn't always start out this way. Her journey began in the mid-2000s when she visited a doctor to get checked for her physical and mental health. The doctor sent her to the gym, where the single mother of 2 fell in love with deadlift, and the rest was history. Another bodybuilder on the list is Renee Campbell, who's been declared an IFBB Pro Champion. Renee has to eat a lot to keep those 27-inch glutes. The average healthy female eats up to 1,200 calories a day, but Renee drastically exceeds that and eats up to 4,600 calories. She eats that amount every day to maintain her size, and she plans on getting even bigger. Renee says she's gotten more confident as she's become bigger. She's won many IFBB competitions during her career and plans to win many more. Floyd is ranked number 1 in the IFBB Pro list for women. She started her bodybuilding journey when she moved to California and saw guys with Greek god-like bodies. She drew inspiration and decided she wanted in on the action herself. She didn't know what weights or exercises to do, but she learned along the way and got to where she is today. Now she goes into the gym and the biggest guys are intimidated by her. Sarah started off as a meteorologist and a news journalist and reporter, but people then started noticing her acrobatic skills. From then on out, Sarah also competed in many modeling competitions for her exceptional figure. But what's impressive is that she's a black belt in Taekwondo, and she wowed the world with her amazing kicks. She also won the European Taekwondo Championship, where she placed with a bronze medal. If you need someone to win a fight for you, Sarah's your best bet. This young woman took up the sport of powerlifting at the young age of 16. Anita displayed phenomenal strength and made much fame of it as she completed Guinness World Records for the most amount of pans bent. She also has a record for the most men picked up overhead, and she set the record at 12 men in 2 minutes. Lifting an adult human male who weighs 70 kilograms above your head is no joke, and it takes a lot of time and effort to be able to perform this phenomenal task. If someone tries to pick Anita up at a bar, she can literally pick them up and throw them out with ease. Claudine is one of those women that can surely take up space when you're trying to pose in the mirror at the gym. Claudine was involved in an abusive marriage for 20 years, but she decided to finally walk out and get into shape to be able to defend herself. While many women in their 50s just want to relax, Claudine wakes up and gets ready to hit the gym. She's even bigger than her son. But jokes aside, it's truly marvelous how Claudine got into such shape while being a woman. It goes to show how much effort Claudine put into herself to become a phenom and showed that any woman can be physically and mentally strong. Tatiana is a 5-time world champion and an 8-time European champion. She has excellent form in doing the clean press and the squat jerk with weights at over 400 pounds. You seriously don't want to mess with Tatiana, as she's no joke. She can easily knock a normal adult male down with the strength she's packing and is not to be taken lightly. Heather is another professional bodybuilder on the list and wishes to become an IFBB pro pretty soon. She's competed and gained medals in many modeling competitions and works as a personal trainer. Her back is pretty defined and three-dimensional, and it's definitely her best feature. We wish Heather Grace the best, as we definitely know she's going to get her IFBB pro card anytime soon. Chyna made her debut in the World Wrestling Federation. She was pretty strong as she beat the living crap out of Mark Henry and many other strong WWF fighters. She was considered the 9th wonder of the world by many. Her career was long in the WWF, and she then proceeded to move on to Japanese wrestling and total non-stop action wrestling. Chyna also made appearances in many magazines and was considered a sex icon. Sadly, she was found dead in her home at the age of 46 in 2016. Carla was the first woman to ever step foot in a bodybuilding competition back in the 1970s. Her bodybuilding career has spanned over 3 decades as she competed in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Carla's won multiple championships and the title of Mrs. Olympia for her stellar performance. If you think this is impressive, Carla did all this while being a natural and rejected the use of performance-enhancing drugs. She was the first female to promote bodybuilding for women. It's no easy task for a woman to lose essential body fat to have their abdominal muscles become visible. Last on our list is Ronda Rousey, who's been a member of the Ultimate Fighting Championship, more famously known as UFC. She's retired, but is still a woman you definitely shouldn't mess with. Ronda was the first American woman to win a bronze medal in judo during the 2008 Summer Olympics. Her career didn't slow down there. She proceeded to beat many in the UFC and proceeded to be declared bantamweight champion in women's UFC. She has the most wins ever made and title defenses by a female UFC fighter, and was inducted into the UFC Hall of Fame for her amazing fighting performances and career. In 2018, she took up a career at WWE as a part of Raw and won the Female Raw Wrestling Championship belt. She's had 12 wins and 2 losses in UFC and has 9 submissions and 3 knockouts. That's got to seriously hurt. You would never want to get into the octagon or a ring with Ronda Rousey, as she's sure to win just out of intimidation. And that's all for our top picks for women you shouldn't mess with. Tune in next time for more videos, and as always, make sure to like and subscribe and turn on notifications. With that said, we shall see you later.